Today in VR, Big Screen, yes, the movie-going app on Quest has announced its own PC VR headset coming out in Q3, and it's a revolutionary one at that. Elsewhere, Squid Games comes to room scale VR, and I tried room scale VR in Zero Latency here in Vancouver. All that and more, so let's talk Oculus. Let's Talk Oculus, a VR podcast, is proudly sponsored by the good folks at Patreon. If you want to support the show, join us on patreon.com/Let's Talk Oculus. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome to Let's Talk Oculus, episode 75. I'm your host, Dan from Playtest VR, and I'm joined by my co-host, Samson. How are you doing?
I am doing well. Finally decorated my my frame here for those watching on the YouTube or whatever else, Spotify video.
Yeah, you've got the Tilt 5 box in the background, the OG.
Whoa, don't spoil it. You spoiled it.
I mean, I've spoiled it now. I feel like I have to describe it to the people listening at home who prefer listening at home, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the Quest 2 box on there maybe one day. Or is that just the relics? Like, these just the...
I mean, this is in there. It's not just the box.
Oh, the Quest 1's inside.
Yeah, there's definitely no way I probably know where my Quest 2 box is. It's somewhere in the closet.
It's somewhere. That's fair.
Yeah, and the Tilt 5 is in there. That's where it's stored. Like,
yeah.
That just folds open if you watch the unboxing.
Yeah. Fair enough. I remember last week you said you're going to get into a few things. Did you manage to get into said few things?
Oh, I did. Nothing for too long because I got distracted, and I'll get into that in a bit. But I broke out the Tilt 5. It's partially why it's there as well. I tried this game War Tile.
Okay.
I got it booted up. It looked cool. And then it kind of just like crashed.
Oh.
Like I couldn't control nothing. And I never really got going with it. And same thing with... no, I had another issue with VR, but I'll stick to Tilt 5 for now.
Stick to the Tilt 5 issues.
Headland. Then I got into Headland, which is sort of like a 3D platformer, and that was pretty cool. That worked. Yeah. Played that for about a half hour. I think it's about a 4-hour game from what I read. And yeah, that one looked cool. It was like it's like a little simple platformer. Nothing too fancy. You
managed to get the 2-player to work? Because I remember you had issues.
No, I haven't tried it. I don't have very many friends here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Though I did bring it to the VR arcade, but you need it set up on the computer and all that, so I didn't break it out there. I was just showing it off.
Right.
Then I did get into some VR Gazzlers, the demo, where it's like a roguelite on rail shooter.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I didn't play much, but yeah.
Nice.
I mean, the graphically is pretty cool, but like you got to play a lot. It's roguelite, you know.
Right, I see.
And then I tried to play the Formula Retro Racing, which I was really like most excited for, and that would not start.
It wouldn't start. You've had lots of issues this week.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't get it going. I tried a bunch, and like only on that one day. I didn't come back to it, but
sure.
Yeah, I was having some issues there. Should I just keep going with what else I've been playing?
Well, I was going to mention just talking about
because that's what I promised. That's what I promised.
That's what you did promise. I was going to say with the Tilt 5, did you notice that they are publishing their first official title soon?
What is it?
It's called Taken. I can't pronounce stuff in my life. Taken Oko.
No, I didn't see it.
Takenoko. Takenko. I can't pronounce stuff in my life.
Yeah.
It's like a board game. It's essentially a board game. It's an actual real board game called the same name that I cannot pronounce to save my life.
Oh, you know what? I did see that. I did see it.
Tekenoko.
I didn't watch it.
That's it. Tekenoko. There we go.
It's on their YouTubes.
But it's on their YouTubes, and they had 4 people playing the Tilt 5 over this one gay board. It's got Panda on there. I'm not sure if you recognize that. It's got like a panda with a fun hat on and such. But it's going to be the first official
published, like Tilt 5 officially published game, which is pretty big.
I gotcha. That's pretty cool.
So you'd expect it to be pretty good, right?
Mostly, yeah. I mean, yeah, that would you'd expect to be everything it could be. Yeah.
The actual proper tech camera. Do you? I mean, I can read you the.
I mean, that's how I feel about Headland. When I played Headland, it felt very
like official in a way.
Yeah, it felt good. It felt like it was built for.
I'm gonna read the quick. I'm gonna read the quick synopsis
read it quick.
of Tekenoko, or however you pronounce it.
You're off to a great start.
In Imperial Japan. No, sorry. Let me. The quotation mark started wrong. Dude. Gardeners in Imperial Japan have been tasked to see who is worthy of caring for your sacred panda. Cultivate your plots, grow bamboo, and complete objectives in this holographic adaptation of the award-winning board game. So I think this is going to be really cool. This is going to be really fun. Like I said, on the actual trailer, there's 4 people actually doing it, but I'm sure you could do it with just 2. Since I feel like most people who bought the Tilt 5 probably bought 2. Yeah, probably didn't buy 4. That's a lot of money. But buying two seems to be the standard. Every time I look on Twitter and such, everyone's buying 2, which kind of makes sense.
That's right. Yeah, that's what you say.
Yeah, that's what I see. A lot of people buy the 2. That seems to be most popular as far as
I'm excited for Catan, but yeah, I'll keep going at Headland. I'll keep trucking away. What have you been playing before I go into what I've been playing?
Yeah. So in terms of like Oculus VR, I haven't been playing anything. Just kind of got rid of the sickness in a way that I had from last week. But I did play something very fun. I went to Zero Latency on a friend's birthday. And for those who don't know Zero Latency, it's one of those room VR, like room scale VR experiences kind of thing. So you go in with a party. I think there was 8 of us total. And you can choose a game, which one you want to play. And we all.
Do you wear a backpack or like how?
So some locations have backpacks. Yeah, we didn't have to wear a backpack. So I went for the Far Cry in VR because a lot of people hadn't played VR, and I just Googled it and it said Far Cry was probably the best for newbies in a way. Right, because of all the visuals and just how it's quite simple, and you get a gun essentially, this like huge gun which has
like a Nerf. It feels like a Nerf gun or like a laser tag type of deal.
Yeah, it feels like it's a very heavy version of a laser tag kind of gun, and on the top it had one of the controllers, and they were using a HTC, I believe Cosmos. The HTC, that's the standalone one, right? I believe it's called HTC Cosmos. So. It looked pretty old, the headset. Like when I put it on, I don't know if it's because the IPD was a bit off, but it just didn't look that sharp compared to what I would have expected from a PC VR. But I guess it's just running standalone, right? It's not like there's some Zero Latency, like you alluded to, that you wear a backpack which has like the PC in and your headset's connected to it. But maybe they're just rocking standalone. I'm not sure if that's old, because it said on their website that they're rocking the new 5K visuals in the headset, and I was like, I'm pretty sure this one's not part of that package. It might just be the old version. But yeah, we played Far Cry. It was half an hour long. It was definitely that type of experience where you play it for half an hour and you're just getting into it, and you could do with another half an hour.
And it ends.
And then it ends, yeah. But it was fun because it was room scale. You're obviously walking around. There was a section in the game where you had to walk along this bridge, like along the corner, and below you was just like a massive drop. So you just had to kind of trust your feet. And I don't know, maybe because I played VR, it was absolutely fine. But some of us got little jelly, trying to walk around the bridge. Like, oh my gosh, And I was
so it
like,
just has you like double back on yourself, basically?
Yeah. Like the cool thing about it is that, in fact, if I remember, I'll put the footage on the YouTube on top of what I'm talking about, because they record you and put you on Twitch. As you're playing it, which is cool. And also I gave the woman there my phone so she could walk around us and like record us whilst we're playing, which was pretty nice. The gun was really heavy. Like there was 2 gun types. There was an AK-47 which had like you would spray a few bullets and then you'll have to reload immediately, so it wasn't the best. But then you had the crossbow where you had to reload it like a pump shotgun every time you do a crossbow. And the crossbow was better in terms of trying to get headshots and such, but at the same time, your left hand was it's so tired afterwards because you're just constantly holding it up, and it's a two-handed weapon in a way. But you're also constantly reloading and such. But yeah, it was really fun. It's pricey. Like here in Canada, it was 52 Canadian dollars, which is probably about $40 US
for the half hour.
For the half hour, which I thought personally was a little bit too pricey for what you got. But I don't know, if you just once you play it and such. But yeah, it was really fun. I wouldn't say 10 out of 10 do it again, but I would do it again on another birthday or something. There's another one though. There's one, I forget the name. I think it's called Sandbox VR. That's it. There's another one like a little bit further away from me, which is meant to be even better, is what I'm thinking about.
What makes it better?
Just got the better upgraded headsets, and apparently the games that they have are just higher rated than the ones that the Zero Latency here in Vancouver has. But yeah, really fun. Have you ever tried anything like a room scale VR like that before?
No, I have not.
It got me thinking as well because my roommate, he's a gym teacher at the school that's literally like 2 minutes away from my house. And I was like, okay, he's the gym teacher. He's at elementary school, right? So I was like, hold on. After doing that, I was like, I could always play Space Pirate Arena, right?
Yeah,
in there too. But I forget that is Space Pirate Arena required people with you, or can you just be in there alone and do like an online or?
I don't think there's online.
Or just
I think
like
you probably need 2 people.
Yeah, I'm thinking you might need 2 people. That might be something that I might have to hold off until I have either someone here who has a Quest or just when Quest 3 comes out and I have 2 headsets.
Missed opportunity. You could have had when you had the Pro.
Yeah, missed opportunity. Yeah, I could have easily done it with a Pro. I just didn't think about it until we had that experience. But I would say if there's people... like the people listening to the show, if you have like a Zero Latency or Sandbox VR or any of those room scale ones, definitely try and get like a group of buddies. I also think that the price changes depending on how many people there are. So I think it's like $330 or something, and then it's like if the more people you have, the cheaper it gets, kind of thing.
Because it's divided, yes.
Math. Yeah. So I think that's what, so there's definitely, if you have more people, it's cheaper. But yeah, it's good fun. It was good fun. So that was my kind of only VR playing, apart from the typical getting back into Supernatural and such.
Funny you sort of did some arcade VR, because I also spent my weekend at the Bubbler VR in Providence with hanging out with Toye. I spent a solid 15 hours there this weekend.
15 hours?
And, and just introing some people into VR.
Nice.
Played a little Synth Riders. He was like, "How's your score so high?" I was like, "I played this one a lot."
Yeah, a couple of times.
But yeah, it was a great time.
Yeah, was there a lot of people there and such whilst you were there, or?
I wouldn't go so far to say there was a lot of people, but I mean, it was a decent amount of customers, I guess. We had a couple. Yeah. We had a mom and her son.
Nice.
A couple dates, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 dads came in with 3 kids.
Yeah.
And then some neighborhood came in who was selling cookies, and he was like, how much for 15, how much is it? And he was $5 for 15 minutes, and he whipped out 5 singles. He was like, here you go. And he got 15 minutes of VR, and he was like, Mom, cool. I gotta go home. My mom says I might be able to come back though.
Yeah, I'm just picturing a Boston accent, while
this kid has some thick real Rhode Island accent.
Right.
Some sort of it was real thick. But yeah.
Did you try their milkshakes or their drinks?
I did have a drink. Yeah. I had a drink. I had the soda. I had the Blue Magic, I believe. It was pretty good. And then somebody ordered a slushy drink, and there was a little left over, and I got some of that.
Nice.
Nice. Wow. But yeah, when the 3, there's only 2 stations set up right now. He's getting the 3rd set up. So when the 3 kids came, one had to sit and wait.
Yeah.
And I could tell the one waiting was a little bored. So I had my analog pocket. So I was like, hey, you know
sick.
Sonic? He's like, yeah, I know Sonic. And he played Sonic for a while.
Nice. Like the Game Boy Sonic kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Genesis Sonic.
The classic, the OG.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But yeah.
Did you bring you said you didn't bring your Tilt 5 with you, right?
I brought it, but we didn't set it up. Yeah, he just took. I know he likes AR, so I wanted to show him it.
Yeah. Never mind. The next time, because that's just what 20 minutes down the road for you.
Yeah, about 25 minutes. Yeah,
25 minutes. Nice. Yeah. No, I'll definitely if I can try and because I'm going to Boston in June, if I can try and fit in like a little trip down there.
I'm trying to convince Toye to get the PS5.
You see, that's not a bad shout for him. That's not a bad shout.
I'm like, dude, you need you could have a station that's just a PS5.
Yeah.
And really, you'd want like a gaming like a rig too, so you could play like Gran Turismo, because like you need something that's like extra, right?
Dude, if he manages to get a GT7 rig with that whole setup, it might cost him like $2,500 or $2,000, but a lot of people will come. A lot of people will come for sure. A lot of people will come. That's a great setup. Yeah, that'd be great. Like there's an arcade near me, which not like a VR arcade, but it has two like the simulator rigs where you like sat down. Essentially what it is, but without the headset on. So getting a PSVR headset on top of that is gonna be sick. And it's always busy. Like that's the one that like you can, even though it's the most expensive one to try. I've never had a chance to get in it every time I go there because it's always.
I mean, I have to do the math on it, right? Like, so.
So PS5 is like $500,
mm-hmm.
And you can get the digital one, right? It doesn't need the disc one.
It's $950 basically for the PS5 and the VR, right?
Sure.
Then you're gonna need at least like 6 games.
Yeah,
right. You need at least 6 games, right?
But you can get away with Gran Turismo.
I guess you could just do the exclusives because he does have the other options.
Yeah.
So you'd get Horizon, you'd get Gran Turismo, and like whatever the Res Evil game is.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's.
I don't even know if Horizon's a good idea either, though.
$200 or something for the game. Let's say $200 on games.
Horizon might not be the best idea. It might be something like, okay, Gran Turismo you can just hop in. Switchback VR, which is the horror one on the Runaway Mine Train, you could just hop in. I think you need hop-in games rather than Horizon. You have to start like a story or something, right? And
you don't think there'll be like mini games?
I don't know. If there is, then yeah, fair enough. But like, if there isn't, then I feel like you just want to hop in.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But yeah, you can play like I would say you can start at maybe just $100 in terms of games because Gran Turismo.
It's like a $670 game. Isn't that how much games are?
Yeah, but Gran Turismo's been out for a while, so you can get one pre-owned for like hella cheap. Like I got my. We
got to get the digital version. where you got the digital PS5 because it's cheaper.
Roger that. Okay, yeah, let's
just an arcade, right? You don't want
$100 for the game. $100 for the game. So that's $1,050 US.
All right, sure.
Then you got your rig, which is another $2,000.
You think a rig's $2,000?
No,
I think a rig's much cheaper than that.
A rig's expensive though, aren't they?
I mean, he's got chairs. I feel like all you really need. I don't know. I mean, I bought my
so a rig
or whatever for like $250.
If you want the top of the line rig, it's $1,000 US.
Okay, so
but you can go cheaper at like
300.
You can get a decent one at 300 as well.
Yeah. Okay, so 1,500 or something.
Yeah,
so 1,500 to 1,700. All right.
Yeah.
And then you're charging people $25 an hour. So how many hours until you've been paid off?
Okay, what's that? What did we say? What did we say total was the price?
Let's say like 1,500 to 1,600, somewhere in there.
Let's say 1,600 divided by 25. That's 64 hours. That's a weekend. Not a weekend. That's 2 weekends.
Not a weekend. It's a lot of time.
8, 16, 24. You'll pay. Okay, yeah, that's my math is bad. Maybe after a month or two, you'll pay it off, and then it's a profit.
Yeah. Yeah,
that would be good. That would be really good for him. That'll be fun.
Man, I know I mentioned going to PAX East, but it overlaps with a wedding I'm going to, which is terrible.
Oh yeah, when's PAX East? Is that next month or this month?
Yeah, it's March 24th-ish weekend around.
And you have a wedding.
I might be able to make the Thursday, I guess, but we'll see. Anyway,
yeah,
had a great time at the Bubbler, and then what else I got into was played more Firewatch VR mod.
nice. Very good. Very good. Let's talk about our big topic, which came out of nowhere recently. There's a big screen has big wait, hold on. Big Screen, the company that has the app called Big Screen to watch movies with all your friends on the Quest and PC and such, has has created a VR headset, 127 gram micro OLED PC VR headset out of nowhere. Out of
They've
nowhere.
gone into hardware.
It's called BigScreen Beyond, and let's give you the stats before we kind of go into it. It's $1,000, pretty much American. It's going to come out Q3 2023, initially in the States, but it is going to go to other countries as the time goes. Cool things about it: custom fitted optics. So your actual faceplate is going to be custom fitted to your face, and the way they do that, it requires an iPhone. So
LiDAR.
Yeah, well, not even LiDAR. So on the front of the iPhone camera is called a true depth sensor, and it's used for Face ID. And it's so advanced that it's like LiDAR in a way, but for your face, right?
Yeah.
And so essentially, you need an iPhone now. Thing is, you get emailed to upload it. Okay, so you don't need to like have your own iPhone. You can use a friend's iPhone and just so you can log into your email. Or you can even just go to the Apple Store, log into your email, get the face data, upload it, and then just sign out. So it's not like you require it, and plus you don't need an iPhone to set up, because I know a lot of people will be like, "What the hell?" It's always Android when it comes to these things, and they've gone iPhone. But it's just because of the true depth sensor.
Technology. Yeah,
I don't think anything like that exists on any Android phone because they don't really do Face ID to that level of like security/detail. Like I mentioned, micro OLED displays. This is pretty big because there's not many headsets, if any. Maybe the ones that cost like $12,000 have micro OLED displays.
Yeah, I mean PSVR is just OLED, right? It's just
OLED, yeah, which is still pretty good. But the micro LED is even better, and we'll talk about it. But also custom prescription lenses. So it's not good for glasses because it's so small, which kind of maybe infuriate people, but you can buy prescription lenses that they sell, which just magnetize on the lenses. Couple more things. There is an audio strap. The actual headset doesn't have audio, but there's an audio strap that make it work. There's also a standard like comfortable strap, which is like the Quest 2's soft strap. Yeah. In a way where you can just like lie down if you wanted to like consume content in VR and such. And then in terms of what you need PC hardware wise, you need a RDX 2070 or an AMD 5700 XT, which is like, I would say, a mid-range graphics card nowadays. Now you've got a couple of those above it. And you need the Steam VR base stations, 1 or 2, doesn't really matter which one, and the controllers to actually make it work. So this is a good kind of replacement for the Index, right? Because you probably have everything ready to go if you have an Index. But Samson, what is your initial thoughts when you heard this news on Monday?
Speaking of Index, at the VR arcade was the first. That's what he's got. He's got a couple indexes, and that was my first time using. Maybe my second time using the Index controllers.
How was it? Because those controllers
they're weird. They feel weird. They're weird because there's no grip button, so it's just like you're like, whoa.
There's no grip button. Interesting.
No, because it just goes by like finger tracking.
Right. They always look a bit odd to me, but I've never tried it.
People were always like, "How do I pick up the gun in Arizona Sunshine?" And we're like, "Open your hand and close it." Like,
fair enough. That makes sense with the straps then that go around your palm. Right, that makes more sense.
I'd say this is huge news for VR chat users out there. Really, anybody who's like really already in the
PC headset.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I'm not interested.
Yeah, it's not in your market.
For me. It's not for me.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I actually never thought about that. That's actually a good use case. Is people who are really into VR chat are really into VR chat, right? And that's
You could
literally all
sleep
they
in this
do.
thing.
Yeah, legit. And that's literally all they do is VR chat, VR chat,
Yeah.
VR chat. And because of how much you can do in there, and you're right, this might be the perfect headset for them because, it's so light. It's 127 grams.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
what even
2
is
pairs
that?
of glasses.
And it's also 2.6K resolution per eye. So there's no what is it called in the display when you can see the pixels?
It's almost human eye.
It's almost human eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be the easiest way
Yeah.
to
We
say
don't
it.
need to go, more than that.
We don't need to go sadly as
Uh,
Bradley.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like real interesting. I imagine most people who use like an index or like I said, like all those people will probably should probably want it. It's
Yeah.
really customized, right? Like super duper personal. You can't really share it.
No, because you
Uh,
can't really share it
yeah.
because you're like right, the IPD setting and everything, and also obviously the custom faceplate is customized to you, right? So it's not really you're right, it could be something perfect for the people who are in like VR chat all the time. This is not a headset that you're going to give to your
And
friends and such.
and they're not trying to go mainstream with this, right? Like they
No,
know it's a
this is a
niche. They're
niche.
trying to market to these people.
Yeah,
They're trying to sell it to them. They know if they nail it with these people,
yeah,
parlay that into, the
yeah.
future.
Yeah, you're right. The screen door effect is what I was trying to say that I forgot what it was called. But there'll be no screen door effect. There's no dual colors, no motion blur, nothing because of that excellent micro OLED display. I think pretty sure, sadly, as Bradley has mentioned many times, that micro OLED displays are probably the pinnacle when it comes to resolution.
Yeah.
And I know even like Apple are trying to do micro OLED displays for their like iPads and such. So I can see Apple going this route for their headset, albeit that it's going to cost $3,000 probably because it most likely will need. It's not going to use Steam trackers, right? Apple are going to have their own version of that if they are going to have that. So yeah, I think this is really cool. A lot of people have been going mental about it because they're like, it's $1,000, but you still need to buy the trackers, you still need to buy the
But the thing
controllers.
is, people already have those, right?
That's
Like
what I was
they're
about
not.
to say. The people who are in this market already probably have these, right?
Yeah.
Good to go. Where, yeah, this is not going to be your average. This is not even going to be the people who are curious about like Quest Pro and will buy it. This is going to be even more of a niche.
Yeah. 100%.
To that, yeah. But yeah, I think this is going to be really cool. I hope it does well. I hope it does well. And it really came out of nowhere. I feel like
All of a sudden I woke up and there was like I've seen 8 videos for it. I'm like, what's going on, man?
Yeah. Because lots of content creators, like the big ones, and like
Cass
people
and
like
Sherry, Oasis, Sadly Bradley,
yeah,
and then I think Upload, like
I
probably.
think Thrill Seeker had it too.
Oh yeah, that was it.
But I watched one of their videos and I forget who I watched. I might have been the Thrill Seeker one, but it said at the bottom that this was, it might be the Nathy one actually. It said at the bottom that it was August 2022 build. So I think they've had it, or at least tried it ages
it was at least,
ago.
Yeah.
Ages
Thrill
ago.
talked about using it like 2 years ago, basically.
Yeah, and it's been a good secret in a way. Like it's surprised a lot of people. We never had this on the list of hardwares coming out this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But it didn't leak. It didn't like leak or anything like that either, right? It didn't do any of that. So yeah. So this is definitely not for you, even though you're a PC VR user. But then you use the Quest, right? You don't use this anything
I
like
don't got base
stations and all that jazz, right? So yeah, fair enough. That's BigScreen Beyond. I'm curious to see what the community think about this, to be honest. I think it's just really cool and it's perfect. It's great for a niche, and all power to it. I hope it does really well. It's obviously not for me because I need a PC first, let alone base stations and stuff. But it'd be excellent. So hopefully it does well, but that's Q3 2023. That's BigScreen Beyond. And that's do it for part 1. Let's go into part 2 now, where we'll be talking about the limited news.
Hey, we know public lobbies in VR games can be a bit toxic, feel a bit empty at times. That's why we created the Let's Talk Oculus Discord, a friendly community that you can join for multiplayer meetups, general VR chat, the game, and chat about VR, fitness motivation, and there's even a very impressive 3D printing channel. Join over 100 of our community members in the Let's Talk Oculus Discord for free. The link is right in the description.
Okay, welcome back to part 2, where we'll be discussing the very small amount of news that is out there right now. Obviously, gearing up for the big PSVR 2 launch in a couple of weeks. But first thing on the news is a PSVR 2 game, which is also coming to Quest 2. It's called Light Brigade, and it releases on February 22, February 22nd for the Quest 2. Really curious one this for me.
What a great day.
Yeah, it was a great day. Why is it a great day, Samson?
It's the day the PSVR comes out.
It's also, I think it's also a birthday of somebody on the podcast. But yeah, so interesting one. This one grasped my attention. You know how I like World War II shooters kind of thing? This isn't a World War II shooter, but it has World War II weapons in there, which is cool. So it's a first-person shooter, a roguelike first-person shooter, rather. It's kind of like the light side versus the dark side is how they kind of pitch it. And yeah, you have World War II weapons. There's different character classes and play styles to unlock as well, so you can kind of go through the story. And
I believe there's like magic. You add magic to the weapons.
Yeah, exactly. So there's more to it than just like a standard shooter or anything like that.
You're not just like going around with regular World War II weapons.
No, you have you have the SMGs, the pistols, the machine guns, but you also have magic spells as well. And they're also the battlegrounds are also procedurally generated as well. I almost got that right. Which is cool. I'm always interested in that because it's always a hit and miss when it comes to those kind of games. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it just doesn't work. So we'll see how this one does. But yeah, a lot of looting as well in this game.
Yeah, you gotta sink a good amount of time into these types of games.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be an interesting one for.
And they like the loop, right? It's like, oh, I'll just go one more, So that's the idea.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But is that it? Does that interest you at all? Are you into roguelike type of games or?
I mean, vaguely. I'm not getting new games, dude, unless I win them or get them free. I'm just like
your backlog's too much.
Yeah, this is bad. I got to become like a streamer or something. I got to incentivize myself or somehow. Like, I don't know.
That's not a bad idea. Twitch streamer. What are we saying here, folks who are listening / watching?
Go to the bubbler?
Should Samson be on Twitch streaming his games?
Yeah.
I don't know why I paused like someone's going to answer me, but
yeah, right. No,
let me know. I don't think this is a game for me. If I was going to buy it, it probably would be a PSVR 2 because now with the guns, I feel like
it seems dope.
Triggers, it does look really good.
It does.
It's this one that I'll wait for reviews before I kind of pick it up. I do like the art style to it too.
I did hear that it will take advantage of the PSVR 2
haptics.
Haptics.
Everything, even Moss got announced as taking.
But I mean, with the guns too. With the guns.
Yeah, with the adaptive triggers.
Yeah.
The adaptive triggers. Yeah, the adaptive triggers are cool. I was playing more Dead Space yesterday, and it's like the adaptive triggers just not a VR game. But anyway, let's move on from Light Brigade to just a quick one here. Meta finally acquired Within, who own Supernatural. They should have acquired them this time last year, but because of the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, they tried to block the deal, but that motion got dismissed. And now they've
now Within is within Meta.
Now Within is within Meta. I was just gonna ask, what do you think that this acquisition will do for Supernatural? With Meta and such, because I feel like Meta
they won't have to give up 30% to themselves.
Yeah, with the subscriptions. Like I would say this is a good opportunity now for Supernatural to be worldwide rather than just the States and not just North America.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they just have way more money thrown behind them, right? So
that's what I mean.
Like more tracks, more trainers, more songs.
Yeah.
Cool.
licensing.
More features. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping this allows some offline play or something like that, which will be cool. But I feel like the Quest 3 is gonna like try and push this big time. Like this will be one of the key selling points because of the fitness, you know, and the Quest 3 being smaller and such. So I'm excited to see what the acquisition can do, to be honest. If they do anything, I mean, like with the Beat Saber acquisition, they're getting more licenses, but it doesn't feel like they're doing extra, you know, for Beat Saber or anything like that.
I mean, they get a lot of there's a lot of DLC, dude.
There is a lot of DLC. Yeah, that's true. And maybe without meta that wouldn't happen as much. But Big Screen. Beat Saber is such a big game. You would think that it will also generate so much revenue that it'll be able to do that. But I'm sure it definitely helps. Moving on to the last news story. As you can see, it's a very slow news week. And I just wanted to mention this because of what I mentioned, what I did. Squid Games. You ever watch Squid Game?
Oh yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah. Squid Game, which is on Netflix, is coming to Sandbox VR locations across North America in late 2023. So at the top of the show, I talked about Zero Latency, Room Scale VR. Sandbox is another one. And Squid Game is... I really liked Squid Game when it came out. For people who haven't watched Squid Games, think about it's like a game show that they're on. But when the game... If they lose,
your life
the
is
game,
on the line.
Yeah, your life is on the line. When you lose the game, you're ejected out, shall we say, in the non-spoiler way. But if you haven't seen Squid Game, definitely go see it and definitely watch it in subtitles rather than dubbed because it is way better. But
this show's old. If you haven't watched it yet, you don't want to watch it.
That's true. I just want to say what the blurb is because it's quite interesting. So they say that players are transported to the iconic Squid Game locations where they become contestants in a variety of pulse-pounding challenges inspired by the Netflix series and compete against each other to be the last one standing. After each game session, players will receive personalized highlight videos capturing their in-game reactions and recapping how their very own Squid Game story unfolded. End quote. And what they don't tell you in this little quote there, but they did confirm that if you get ejected in the VR game, you are out. Like you're just watching your friends play, which is in a way brutal because you're paying $50 or whatever. But like at the same time, you're ejected, you know. So it adds the pressure onto it to see if you can be the last one standing. And I think this is going to be really good. I hope it's going to be a good game, and I can see it being very successful.
It's a great idea. Very cool.
Especially with season 2 coming out soon.
I hope I get it near me. Though I did hear like they tried to make an actual reality show and there were some issues with that one.
Yeah, it's called I can't remember what it's called, but it's on Netflix and I heard good things about it. Was there issues? I heard good things about it.
I heard there was issues filming. People thought things were a bit unethical.
Yeah, fair enough. I haven't watched it. I've heard good things, but maybe not. Who knows? I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Sandbox VR is near you, to be honest. I'm just looking, and it looks like they're in Chicago, Austin, obviously in Vancouver here, and Vegas and such. But yeah, have a look if there is one in Boston. They said there's 30 locations. So
it's not many.
It's not many, but Boston's a pretty big location.
Boston is not a big location.
Boston's not a big location? Do you not consider that a big location?
I mean, there's many bigger cities.
I guess New York's so close, they'd probably go to New York and be like, all right, that covers that part of the town.
100%, exactly.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the news. That's it for part 2 as well. In part 3, we'll be talking about games out this week and anything else.
Let's Talk Oculus is available on all good podcast platforms and some rubbish ones as well. If you want to see the video version, it's available on YouTube, Spotify, and even Apple Podcasts. And if you really like us and you want to throw us $1, join us on patreon.com/letstalkoculus. Back to the show.
All right, welcome back to part 3, games out this week, and probably some 20 questions. Samson, kick it off. What is this game?
You don't need that 21st question?
I don't know if it's 20 or 24 questions. I got
No, it's
confused the
100%
other
20.
day.
It's 100% 20.
That's what I said
All right.
first time. All right, games out this week.
Yes. Games out this week on February 16th. Drop Dead: The Cabin. The Cabin is an intense and challenging game. Are you among the few that will survive? Gather supplies, fortify defenses, and fight off waves of the walking dead that have escaped from an evil lab experiment. We expect you to die, not the game, but a lot. Each time you fall, you'll earn XP to upgrade your character and weapons, making you stronger and bringing you one step closer to beating the game. Whether you play co-op or brave the horrors of hell solo, fight with a blade, bat, or a variety of guns, power up and become a pro monster slayer and survive the cabin.
Oh, that was a good readout.
Well, thank you.
Is this a game for you?
Probably not.
Probably not. This is
I
it's
mean,
the
there's so
same.
many freaking like zombies. It sounds like Arizona Sunshine, honestly. I feel like I've seen a few people play videos of this. It don't look like amazing to me. I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
I was
Like,
thinking
that's
the
what
same thing when I had a look at it. It sounded good. It's a Metroidvania, I guess, then with the dying stronger, coming back and such and redoing it and such. So it's like a Metroidvania. I believe that's what a Metroidvania is. Like After the Fall
roguelite.
or roguelike. Roguelike, I thought
I don't know.
roguelike's
Are you dying?
procedurally generated all
see.
the time. But anyway, you know what I mean. But no, this looked really good to me. But then I saw what it looked like in terms of the gameplay and such, and I was like, I'm not sure if this is gonna hit as much. But it's currently on sale. I mean, by the time it is too, it's out. But it's on the pre-order sale and such. But yeah, not for me. But we'll see if it's gonna be good. I'm kind of in the same camp as you now, where I'm like, no more new games because I have a new game system coming soon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to play those PC VR games for them. That backlog.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's finish off the show with 20 questions. Now, last time I did it for you. You guessed correctly in like less than 10. You got it really quickly, to be honest. So this time, you'll do it for me. Now, just for people who are unaware or missed it last time.
Yeah, give them the rules. Give them the rules.
Standard game of 20 questions. I said 21 last time, which was completely incorrect. But you will think of this will be a VR edition, and you will think of a game that you know that I have played, right? So don't think of, I don't know, something that
a game you haven't played.
Yeah, a game that I haven't played,
Don't worry, I've got one already that you've played. I know you've played it.
Perfect. And I will ask you up to 20 questions, including is it this game as a guess, to see if I can get it. So, and then hopefully all you at home as well can try and play at home and try and think of what this game is too, and see if you get it faster than me.
Hopefully I can answer all the questions correctly. Otherwise, this game goes awry pretty quickly.
I think so, but then I guess you do have your computer there where you could just double check if needed.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Yeah. I was born ready. So
okay. My first question be: is it a sports game? No.
I got to keep track of these, huh? Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Is it? Can you play it multiplayer?
No.
So it's a single player game, not a sports game. Okay. Is it below $20?
No, see, now I gotta check. Hold on.
I feel like this is a good differentiator though, because there's a $20 seems to be like the spot. It's either below or above, and I guess
definitely.
It's $20 or
no, I was just agreeing with what you were saying.
Oh yeah. That's probably a good differentiator to different types of games.
Oh my god, bro! I gotta go into and see.
Oh, because you own the game. Well, that's not really a guess.
That's fair. I don't. That doesn't narrow it down.
You own like every bloody game out there.
All right, it's more than 20.
More than $20. Okay, so it's not less than $20.
Yes, it's more.
More than $20. Okay. Is there shooting involved?
No.
Wow, no shooting. Is it a puzzler? I can ask a different question if that's not clear cut for a yes or no answer.
I'm gonna say no.
No. Okay. Is it a
I'm gonna say
platform
no.
game?
No.
I'm running out of time. I'm running out of genres here. Okay, so it's not a puzzler, it's not a platform game, it's not a shooter, it's not a sports game. Huh. Trying to think. It's definitely not a sports game. Huh. And it's more than 20, is more than $20. Is it more than $30?
No.
Not more than $30. Okay,
No.
so it's like 25 probably. Okay. Uh, not a sports game. We were playing
You
it.
only get like 7 questions.
Only at 7?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're on your eighth.
And it's a solo game. It's not a multiplayer game either.
Is that a
I'm,
new question?
no, it's not a multiplayer game. Okay, so is this on Quest 2 only?
No.
No. Okay, so it's a PC VR game and as well. I guess I should ask this too. Is it when I say Quest 2 only, meaning is it exclusive to Quest 2? And you said no. Okay. Can it be played on Quest 2 though?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. When I mean that, I mean like standalone, right? So
Yeah, I understand.
okay, cool. Okay, so I'm on 10, probably 9, 10.
You're on 10. You've asked 9.
Is hand tracking a thing in this game?
No.
No. Okay. Did this game come out last year? Either 2022.
Oh, hold on a second, dude.
No worries. Struggling for questions here, everybody. So if you think of any questions that we could
Release
ask.
date. What was your question? Sorry.
Is it released in 2022?
No.
No. Okay, this is probably a 2021 game or before. Okay. Trying to think. I do know what I'm struggling on. I'm struggling on the bloody genre. That's what I'm struggling on. That's really getting me. That is not just I feel like I got all the VR genres, but is it a racing game?
No.
God damn it. Like, how many genres left? I feel like they got people screaming now. It's like, you haven't said this genre, and it's definitely going to be this genre. Okay. What do your hands do if you don't shoot? Is it fighting? I guess is sports, isn't it? So, I guess I can't say that either. Is it a licensed game? I.e., like it's like Creed, for example, that has a license behind it, or Walking Dead has a license behind it, for example. Oh, he's looking this up, folks. That's interesting. That's a clue in itself. Unsure if it's licensed or not. I'm not gonna look at my quest list as well because I feel like that's cheating. I think I just gotta try and figure it out.
Okay.
You can also say unsure if you're not sure.
I mean, I'm really unsure, but I'm gonna go.
We can scrap that question.
I'm gonna go yes. I'm gonna go yes.
Interesting. So it might be ish a licensed game. Huh. I wonder if it has licensed DLC or something like that. Is it a rhythm game?
No.
God, what other genres are there? What other genres are there?
That was question 14, by the way.
Oh man, I'm running out big time. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get this. Okay, hold on. Not a sports game. Can we kind of have a quick brief of questions?
Yeah, all right. Questions, I'll run over them again.
Yeah.
Sports game, no. Multiplayer game, no. More than $20, yes. Shooting, no. Puzzler, no. Platform game, no. More than $30, no. Is it a Quest 2 only? No. But can it be played on Quest 2? Yes. Hand tracking? Absolutely not. 2022 release? Nope. Racing game? Nope. License game? I think so. Rhythm game? No.
Is this game on App Lab?
No.
Balls. I'm struggling here big time. I'm struggling. I wonder if people at home have already got it here. I'm on question 15 I've done now, so
Guarantee
right.
they have the freaking genre.
I don't know how I can't get the genre. That's what I'm falling on here right now. All right, think of genres, Dan. Think of genres. Okay, so we had sports, we had racing. I don't know if you class fighting as a genre of sports or not. I'm gonna leave
I'd
that.
say it is.
Yeah, okay, that's
I
good
would
to know.
say it is.
So sports, rhythm, platform, shooter. It's not any of those.
It is none of those.
Not a puzzler either. Not a
No.
puzzler either. Um, why am I struggling on genres? It's not a puzz. Is it like a board game? Like a
Uh,
ch
is that your question? Is it like a board game?
Yeah, like a chess kind of. Is it like a board game kind of
It
thing?
is not like a board game.
Okay, so it's not a puzzler, not a board game, not Demio. Um, trying to think now of my. Is it a fitness game?
No.
I must be on question 18 or something. I still haven't got the
That was
genre.
17. That was 17.
What bloody genre is this game? Um, okay, so I'm just trying to go through my list. Here we go. So, okay, so can't be something like The Walking Dead or Into the Radius. Can't be Walkabout or Synth Riders. It can't be Supernatural. Can't be Zombieland. It's more than $20 for some reason. What even is this app for more than $20? Bloody hell. I feel so dumb. Like it's a genre. I'm just like it's not a rhythm game either, so it can't be like Ragnarok or anything like that. Um it's a game that I've definitely played. Does it require lightsabers?
No.
No. It's not Star Wars either. Oh man.
You're on question 19.
Ah. Okay. I've not tried Star Wars pinball, so it can't be that. And you wouldn't have like been a bit weary on the license. I don't know. I'm gonna get this. Trying to think of the game. Single player. It's definitely single player. Single play only as well. There's no multiplayer involved.
It's
Uh,
true.
yeah, nearly killing me. It's not a puzzler. God. I don't know the genre, Samson, and it's killing me. It's like really killing me that I can't think of any other genre that will work in this.
To be fair, it's like pretty.
Like a niche.
Yeah, it's a niche genre, I'd say.
It's a niche genre. Ah, I'm gonna try and probably end this here. I'm just gonna say, okay, let me just try and narrow down the year. Did it come
Definitely
out?
extended the time of the pod here. What?
Did it come out? Yeah, did it come out in 2020?
Um, yeah, you got one question left. So it came out in 2019.
2019. Yeah, I don't know. I've lost. I don't know.
You got to just guess a game, man.
I gotta guess a
You
game
got to guess a game
in
that you've played.
2019.
I'll even give you a hint here. You've
Give me,
got
give
a
me
play test VR video
on
of
it.
you playing this game.
That makes it even more embarrassing. In 2019. In 2019. Is it affected the mana?
No, but close. It is a survival horror game, and it is Five Nights at
Five Nights at
Freddy's.
Freddy's. Oh wow. I never asked a horror game. I just thought horror would be shooter for
The
some
shooter,
reason.
yeah. You
Yeah,
combine the two,
that's what I combined the two.
and that's why I wasn't sure if it's licensed. Is Five Nights at Freddy's like? Is that the license? They're like, like
I don't think it's licensed. I don't think that's a licensed game. I think that's just a type of game, and that's just
yeah. I
characters from that
couldn't. I
game.
was like, I don't know if these. Yeah,
Whew. Wow. I lost. I wonder if people got it. I mean, maybe people were screaming that why haven't you said horror as a genre? And that is one of my favorite genres in VR.
It's funny because, well, last week, the other time you had me prepare for this game, right? I just went to your YouTube channel. I scrolled to your first videos, and I was like, all right, when you did the 5 horror games, all right, I'm gonna pick one of these.
One of these. That was good. Yeah, because I for some reason in my brain, I just thought horror as shooter. And I was like, if it's not a shooter, then what horror is there? And because I haven't played that game for so long.
It could be a puzzler, I guess. Like it could be thought of that in theory, but
it is in a way.
I did Google what genre. It was like survival horror. I was like,
yeah, I wouldn't call it a puzzler, even though it has like puzzle elements to it. But I wouldn't call it a puzzler. But anyway, that definitely extended the length of our show there because I couldn't figure it out to save my life. Hopefully, we'll be better next time.
Yeah. Write in if you actually got it.
Yeah, write in if you've actually got it, or you were screaming at me that I never said horror to like narrow it down for you. But yeah, that will do it for our show today. I think maybe next week might be a more of a let's get hyped for PSVR 2 kind of show.
I'm trying to Quest Pro this weekend,
and you're trying the Quest Pro
next week.
Yeah, exactly. So it's gonna be fun. So we'll talk to you next Thursday. Peace out, everybody. You do your sign off. You didn't do your sign off?
Oh, yeah. This is my sign off. I forgot.
All right, bye.